Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raucous Caucus here on Adelaide's own Channel 44. Now, we've passed the halfway point and things are heating up as the Liberal candidate for Cal has resigned after it came out that he owned a brothel. Now, the Liberals weren't upset with him for not declaring the business or even what the business was. Their anger came from the fact that the women within the business were earning more than the men. And speaking of fellas in politics showing us how to treat a lady, the Northern Territory Sports Minister has resigned because he thought it would be a tops idea to send a video of himself having a solo hit out to a female constituent. And we wonder why more women aren't playing sport. But the last debate is all set to go, and in true 2016 election style, it's skipping television and airing only online. It's like the movie equivalent of going straight to DVD. But putting it online is a smart move. The seniors won't know how to access it. The rural punters can't access it. NBN. And the youth, well, they've just got cats and cucumbers to keep them entertained. So now it's the perfect way to make sure no one knows just how little you have to say. But now, let's start a show that has heaps to talk about. A show that can make it to TV. A show for the people. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Raucous Caucus!
Pro-Row, when your favourite X-Man is the Blue Lady. Standing orders, getting lunch in a crowded cafe. Door knocking, when you don't like Jim Morrison. Let us decode this week's election with your host Laurie Bell and backstabbing backbenchers Mike Klimczak and Pat McCaffrie. Recorded live at the Rhino Room in Adelaide, this is the Raucous Caucus.
Welcome to the Raucous Caucus, the game show that grabs the election by the scruff of the neck and yells, "Wake up, Jeff, it's time to have some fun." My name is Laurie Bell. Each week during the election campaign, two teams fighting for the left and the right will battle it out to see who gets the policies with the lollicies. Joining us, as always, are our wonderful team captains. For the left, trying to jog without jiggling the man boobs, please welcome Patrick McCaffrie. Now, Pat, doing smart political stand-up, you must be in high demand on the cruise ship circuit.
Thankfully not.
Let's get snarky with Ellen DeGeneres. For the right, please welcome Mike Klimczak. Mike, veteran stand-up, veteran meaning quite old. You were actually kicked off of a cruise ship for telling jokes that were too rude. Is that correct?
That is true, but in my defence, the average age of the passengers was 64, which means half of them were like older than that. And I did use the C word, casket.
Each week, our team captains are joined by a special guest from the world of politics and the media. Our first guest for the left is one of Australia's brightest young comedy stars. Remember when that happened to you, Mike? And one half of the breakfast team from Hit 107. Please give it up for the delightful Amos Gill.
I've never been on a cruise ship.
All right.
Getting that out there.
You haven't lived. On top of being a mum and an entrepreneur, she's one of Adelaide's most respected political commentators. Mr. Speaker, please go wild for Lainie Anderson. Now, Lainie, it is great to have you. And speaking of Wake Up Jeff, is it true that you once fell asleep during one of Jeff Kennett's press conferences?
Yes, actually. I did spend quite a bit of time with Jeff. Not, press conferences. And I think I'd just broken up with a boyfriend when I was living in Melbourne, and I was either commiserating or celebrating the night before. We'd gone out following Jeff Kennett, the whole political team, and I fell asleep, and he actually stopped, stood at the podium and stared down at me until someone nudged me to wake me up. That was awkward.
But not the first time for Jeff.
To be fair, I think Jeff may have fallen asleep in some of his press conferences.
Nah, mate, that's just his face. Okay, gang, let's pound the pavement and knock on doors. It's time to play. Well, he's great at digging holes and he owns a mining company. For just 3 short years, Clive Palmer was the summer sunshine on an otherwise drab world of Australian politics. This is a man who's owned a dinosaur theme park, planned to rebuild the Titanic and twerked on radio. The only thing crazier than his behaviour? The words that somehow escaped his mouth. Our teams are each given a part of a real Clive Palmer quote, and they have to join the dots and hopefully reveal the gold at the end of Palmer's rainbow. It's a place no one wants to go. Mike, you and Lainie get our first dibs at roasting this turkey. What was Clive talking about here? It's worse than 3 years in Alcatraz. Was he talking about A, being forced to watch Zoolander 2 on a flight from the Gold Coast to Canberra, B, his time serving in Parliament, or C, attempting to gain council approval for his dinosaur theme park?
Not A, because I don't think anyone watched Zoolander 2. I'm thinking B.
I'm thinking B too.
You think B? Lock it in.
It's true, It is his time. I know how we felt about it too, Clive. Yeah. Pat and Amos, over to you. Who was Clive talking tough about when he said, he was quite a capable boxing champion as a bantamweight, whereas I was a heavyweight, and he should step aside. And he did. Was he talking about A, Malcolm Turnbull, B, Tony Abbott, or C, the late Muhammad Ali, on Today with Carl Stefanovic?
I feel like even Clive isn't crazy enough to describe Muhammad Ali as quite capable. I feel like he was probably a bit better than that. What do you think? I think Tony Abbott boxes. It's probably about.
I think it'd be Malcolm Turnbull in a backroom discussion sort of thing.
Oh, you reckon Turnbull? When was Turnbull ever a bantamweight? Yeah, I think it's got to be Tony Abbott. He's a boxer. Let's lock in B.
Great. Amos, you're very unconsidered. It's correct. It's Tony Abbott.
That was wrong.
No, I'm going to get a lot wrong.
How great is my guess, guys?
You know nothing, Jon Smith.
Okay, Mike, Lainie, back to you. What was Clive blustering on about here? I don't think I've got the ability or the temperament to A, be Prime Minister, B, be the Speaker, or C, say no to a second referendum.
All right, it's not C, because he would never say no to a second referendum. We know that, all right? He wouldn't fancy himself a shot for the Prime Minister.
I reckon B.
B, we'll lock in B.
All right, B, let's see what we've got. It's correct. And finally, Pat, Amos, see if you can make sense of what the Clive mind has been saying. We'd still have blank if it wasn't for the Palmer United Party. Was he talking about A, Tony Abbott as Prime Minister, B, a carbon tax, or C, rum as a form of
I think I actually might know this. I'm pretty sure it's A. Do you actually know?
You don't want my opinion. Go with it.
I wasn't even really genuinely asking. Yeah, let's lock in A. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it is. It's Tony Abbott.
Teamwork.
Clive Palmer got rid of Tony Abbott, but gave us Jackie Lambie. Okay, so at the end of that round, our teams, Pat and Amos, are on a solid 2 points, and Mike and Lainie are on a solid 2 points. Okay, and now in this share house that is Australian democracy, the Senate is like ordering a pizza. When everyone wants a supreme, there's always someone who just asks, is it gluten-free? Can we get vegan cheese? Well, it's more like that. Well, it's more like, do we need speed limits? Soon, those wacky independents with their crazy policies will be a thing of the past, but not on the Raucous Caucus. Tonight, as always, we're joined by a minor party wildcard who could decide tonight's winner if the scores are locked at the end of the show. Best of all, she doesn't even know what she's standing for yet. Give it up for Alicia Norton! So, Alicia, you're a stand-up comedian and you work in PR. Is that all just champagne and giggles like Sex in the City?
Well, Laurie, I think I could be saying something a little bit groundbreaking here, but that show is actually full of lies. Sex in the City is to my profession like what I guess Breaking Bad is to high school chemistry.
So awesome. All right, well, your PR skills will come in handy tonight. In that envelope, you'll find your party policies. So what have you got?
Today, I'm representing the Australian Parenting Freedom Alliance.
Okay.
Okay, so we stand for measles parties, not birthday parties. Yes, and also a ban on all processed food in the school canteen, so raw, organic, vegan options only. And we'd like to reintroduce the death penalty.
Sounds like your third policy could just be a consequence of the first.
We're all about creating a brighter future for our children.
And then killing them. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Raucous Caucus on Adelaide's own Channel 44. We'll be back after this. Raucous Caucus on Channel 44. Our teams are off to a flying start with Pat and Amos on 2 points and Mike and Lainie on 2 points. Now, well, with this week's election, it's all about jobs and growth, apparently. But sometimes you have to make your own luck. Lainie, I understand you employed an interesting tactic to get a trial shift at the Times at London. Can you tell us about that?
I rang the night editor and I said, could I please come in for a trial shift? And he said, Lainie, I've got a stack of CVs on my desk about 2 inches high. Why should I give you a job in front of anyone else? And I said, because I've got really nice legs. Because that's what you say to the night editor at the Times. And so the next night I was in there and he came past my desk and said, right, get up. And I went, no, I'm in here now. You're not seeing him.
Perfection. Hey, Amos, is that how you got your job at Breaking Radio?
Yeah. I just got an icy cold can of Coke and then I was the last person standing in a Black Thunder and here I am.
Hey guys, let's head to our next game. Election promises. Is there any point? After all, the coalition promised to fix Labor's budget mess, but the deficit has doubled. And Labor promised to ease the pressure on pensioners, but now they've got Bob Hawke making election ads. Poor little guy, just wants a beer and a nap. Poke him with a stick, we've got to save Medicare. Well, lucky for us at the Raucous Caucus, a picture doesn't lie, and that's what this next game is all about. We show our teams a real news photo, and they have to guess what's been covered up. Teams, it's time to test your buzzers. Here they go.
No expense spared.
No expense spared here on Channel 44. For the left. Wonderful.
Do you really need that? Do I? I'll just hold it. Yeah, I'll just hold it.
And for the right. There we go. Now, Now, Alicia, we'd like to give you one, but you're an independent, so your points don't really matter. Okay, teams, it's time to test your buzzers. Give it a go. Wonderful. For the tens and tens of people at home, their dogs are going mental.
I was thinking that.
Okay, here we go. What super awkward interaction is being covered up in this pic? It's Bill Shorten and Tanya Plibersek. Yeah?
I'm pretty sure, isn't that a rat? Weren't they playing with a rat or something?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. In fact, it is. That rat was a part of a Chaser sketch and later adopted by Tanya, although, to be fair, Bill and Tanya probably thought they were meeting a local chapter of Young Labour. On to the next photo, guys. What are Malcolm Bill and Senator Richard Di Natale up to this very white Christmas? Yeah?
Oh, are they laughing about mistletoe and now they'll have to kiss each other or something?
Is that your answer?
That's the best I got.
Let's see how we go. Yeah! It's a football. Did you know that, Amos?
No, I thought he was changing to like an energy-saving light bulb.
Okay, teams. Looks like Christopher Pine's had a pretty radical haircut. So what's being covered up in this shot? Independent. Can you pick who got it?
As a mother, the right.
Okay. What do you think, Mike? What? Lainie?
Those funny, glasses where you can actually see videos. So don't even know what.
Oh, like VR goggles.
Yeah, VR
Virtual,
goggles.
yeah.
All right. Let's have a look. Oh, it is. It's called a mixed reality helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
You don't need no helmet.
I have a mixed reality marriage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everyone from the right. And finally, who is independent MP Andrew Wilkie calling out in this battle of the backbenchers? Oh, again, independent. Who do you reckon?
Look, I'm all about equality here and fairness, so once again, the right.
Lainie, who do you reckon it is?
It's big enough to be Clive, isn't it?
It's big Clive?
I reckon it's Clive. It's big.
It is a Java-sized cutout.
Going on
It's a man mountain.
All right, Clive.
Fun fact, Andrew Wilkie is one of the few independents so popular he's almost certain to keep his seat at this election. Meanwhile, Clive Palmer looks like he farted and is proud of it. And I'm good. Okay, after that fart joke, what are the scores at now? We've got the left on 3 points. And the right 4 points. Social media. Not so long ago, if something in politics was viral, you probably caught it from Craig Thompson's credit card. These days, it's a different story. Our pollies are out there tweeting with the best of them. Now, here's how the game works. We show the teams some real politicians' tweets, and they have to guess whose fumbling fingers did the tweeting. Pat, you and Amos get to go first and check who do you think tweeted this? How about a leaders' debate on Tinder? Swipe left, swipe right, match! Was it A, sex party candidate B, sex party advocate Shane Warne? Or C, professional tree hugger Sarah Hanson Young?
We have to go with A, obviously, now.
Okay, yeah, if you think it's A, mate.
Yeah, no,
let's
we'll
lock
go
in
with A, obviously.
You want to look in A? All right, let's see who it is. Oh, Sarah Hanson Young getting sassy.
Are we done?
For the scoreboard, You are. Okay, Mike, Lainie, whose breathless wisdom are we dealing with here? There are some things more important than politics and elections. Oh yes, air supply! Was it A, reaching for the O2 Adelaide's own Kate Ellis, B, cigar-chomping champion of personal liberty David Leinhelm, or C, progressive prog rocker Anthony Albanese?
I reckon it's Kate Ellis.
You reckon Kate Ellis?
Yep, I reckon she was there.
No, she was too young.
No, yep, I reckon she was there last week.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right.
Trust me, baby.
All right, lock in.
Yeah, there it is. It's correct. It's correct. Okay, Pat, Amos, back to you. Actually, let's just reassess that. Pat, back to you. Who is playing Where's Wally with their own picture? Somebody sent me a message that I was in today's paper. Can you help me find it? Hashtag Ozpol, hashtag Herald Sun, hashtag front page.
Was it Amos?
No. Was it A, the technically challenged Tony Abbott, B, the egotistically gifted Kevin Rudd, or C, enthused motoring man Ricky Muir?
Well, I don't think it's going to be Kevin Rudd, because Kevin Rudd is the sort of psychopath that would have his phone set up with like
He's got Google alerts. Yeah.
He would know if someone's thinking about him.
It's got to be the
I think it's
politically
Ricky
incorrect
Muir.
guy.
Yeah. Let's lock. Although you think it's Ricky Muir.
To be fair, he doesn't think it's Ricky Muir, he thinks it's that guy.
Okay, so let's lock in.
Well, if you've got your own personalised number plates,
All right, let's see who it is.
You're back on.
Welcome to the scoreboard, Amos. And finally, Mike and Lainie. Let's see what's going on with this troubling tussle. Been by a lady from Queensland, not the first time and won't be the last. Hashtag good darts, next stop karaoke.
Jeez.
So much happening there, isn't there? Was it A, graciously defeat Senator Dio Wang, B, bringing the pipe bomb to a dart fight, Senator Bill Heffernan, or C, keen for a rematch, former PM Tony Abbott?
Gee.
Not Hefs. He's not into karaoke, and in that picture, Tony Abbott is up for karaoke. In reality, no. I'm thinking A.
You thinking A?
A?
Go, Wang.
Go Wang.
Go Wang.
Let's see. Wang for the win! All right, beautiful work. Now, I reckon it's time for a biscuit and a cuppa. You're watching the Raucous Caucus. We'll see you soon! Welcome back to the Raucous Caucus, the only political comedy game show of Ozvotes 2016. It's the only thing political in Ozvotes 2016, to be fair. Heading into the final run, our teams, Pat and Amos, are on 4 points. And Mike and Lainie, 6 points. So, Amos, you got your big break on kids' TV. Now, do you think politics would be better if the Wiggles were in charge?
The old ones.
Yeah?
Yeah, the new ones are terrible. I keep up to date. I've got them on. I've got them on IQ, and yeah, their form these days is no good. The Jeff you hardly believe he's asleep. As far as I think they should all be in skivvies though, politicians.
Yeah.
Like red skivvies for like Labor, blue for Liberal, just because it's hard to tell who they are in a suit.
Yeah.
I don't trust them.
For many
And
reasons.
Malcolm Turnbull would be like down the middle. He just wears whatever one he'd have to. I mean, like red, but I'm not political. I do like the Wiggles.
Amos, if you could stop throwing your buzzer.
Do we have more buzzers?
Not political or competitive, by the sounds of things. With the news now running 24/7, political slogans are more important than ever, with the major parties now devoting millions to getting their messages just right. But what about the little guys? How can the minor parties make some major noise with slogans. That's how. And the Raucous Caucus is here to help. Alicia, your anti-vax policy could be a tough sell. How would you win the hearts and minds in just a few words?
Look, Laurie, we've got it down pat. Get sick, not pricked.
Yeah, brilliant call. And that's the name of our game, not that. That's the name of our game. Each team is given a real party with real policies, and it's their job to offer a catchy slogan to sell them on election day. Now, Mike and Lainie, over to you. The Sustainable Australia Party wants to jam the brakes on growth, and they need your help to sell their ever-tightening policies, which include closing open borders with New Zealand, increase family planning to foreign aid by $1 billion by 2020, and to reduce the working rights for semi-skilled visa holders. What have you guys got?
All right, so listen, if we break it down, for immigration, from New Zealand in particular, which I think is noble, we're full, bro? Go with that. Lainie had this one.
Shut the gates.
That's it. Australia. For population control, children, not worth it. And maybe for pregnancy and birth control, stop the bloats.
Someone who's never been pregnant.
I've seen it happen.
You're probably bloated enough, actually.
Hello, Mike's wife.
And for workers' rights, Lainie, help me with this one.
Stop getting a semi.
Which probably works for population control too, really.
Beautiful. Okay, Patrick, Amos, I hope you're wearing your X-ray specs because the 21st Century Australia Party needs you to gaze into the crystal ball and win over the voters of the future. The party is all about vision, and their policies include building a new Dubai-like city in Norton, turning Australia Post into a bank, and eliminating state governments.
Well, for Dubai, I can go with Dinky Dubai. It's just a place for abandoned jet skis.
Turning Australia Post into a bank. I suppose, like, why go to two different places to get shit service? Just have it all.
So is that like a real? Does anyone know? Or is that a real policy for someone? Because how good would it be if you like made like an electronic transfer and a postie delivered like 50 grand? Like a home loan. Just left on your front door, like a 50 grand mortgage. Yeah, you weren't there.
Eliminating state governments. I think some state governments have been running this campaign for a while, actually. I suppose my three-word slogan for that one would just be Joe Bielke Peterson. Remember that guy? Yeah.
Yeah, it was in a legal textbook I read once.
Is that you just dropping that you studied one time? How'd that finish?
No, I didn't.
Some of us did.
I played Bieber songs for cash. I mean,
That sounds like that could be your political song.
Mike, back to you. Can you help the Australian Sex Party out? Really? Because my guess is no. Let's help them get through the awkward giggles and smirks and hammer home the core policies, which include male dysfunction drugs available on the PBS, more regulation of religious wedding ceremonies, and ending puppy farms.
Huh? All right, for male dysfunction drugs on the PBS, take a firmer stance. If you like that, you like Lainie's, go for it, Duff.
Hard enough. I'm coming to 3-word slogan.
For puppy farms, shut the mutt glut. For regulating marriage celebrants, we care about your ring.
That's nice. That's nice.
And just in general, I think the Australian Sex Party, if you just put a comma in the middle, then it says Australian Sex Party!
That's just the slogan.
But I think my favourite. Is no, please.
Okay, put 1 in our box.
And once again, for the left, the Bullet Train for Australia Party has a one-track mind and might need some help with their platform, which is limited to build a bullet train network in Australia. Abstention from voting on anything other than bullet train issues. And 3, there's no third policy.
Well, given like Australian public transport, all the videos I see, I reckon for the bullet train we can do racially abuse people at speed.
Okay, guys, now it's time for the fast money round. Question time. We're just going to be just putting some questions towards you guys. Amos, you can probably sit this one out. And we're going to see how things play out. It is ready for question time. What was Richard D'Itali's job prior to entering politics?
He was a GP.
A doctor, yeah. Which probably explains the awesome skivvies. Holden Street Vehicles produce a luxury V8 sedan called the Senator. True or false?
True.
Okay, maybe...
Just gotta wait.
Yeah, maybe wait, because Amos over here.
Yeah, it's gotta be bloody true.
Motoring enthusiast Senator Ricky Muir drives one. True or false?
He drives, a car? Yes, it's the Commodore car. He does have one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's got a Falcon.
Well, he's probably got others.
You're
You're not a motoring enthusiast if you've just got a Falcon. You've got to be like with Shannon's or whatever. What a letdown.
Which elite Adelaide high school did Nick Xenophon attend as a child?
Prince Alfred College.
He did. Name the Liberal national candidate being investigated by the AFP for alleged bribery.
That's his name. It's hard to pronounce.
It's not Stuart Robert?
No, it's George Christensen. What type Australia says no. What type of charity is at the centre of those bribery claims?
Oh, I do. It's the turtle one?
The Turtle Rescue Charity, well done. According to a recent online poll, which state produces the worst politicians?
Buzz. I know this.
Yep.
It's Queensland.
Well done, it is. Alicia, What was Immigration Minister Peter Dutton's job before entering politics? He was a policeman. For the drug squad. Name Australia's first Prime Minister.
Edmund Barton.
Yeah!
It's still only one.
Out of the heart, baby.
Game's still going, champ. Rugby great Mal Meninga had the country's shortest political career. How long was it? Oh, Patrick?
I think it was like 6 seconds, wasn't it?
Incorrect.
35?
Incorrect. It was 28 seconds. You were closest, but it was still wrong. He quit it in the radio interview. He was announcing his candidacy.
When I watch this back, I'm going to feel much like him.
Bam! So at the end of that round, the scores for Pat and Amos, they're sitting on 12.5 points. And we've got Mike and Lainie on 12.5 points. So that means we're going to need to throw to our independent. Alicia Norton, over to you. Who do you think is going to take it away with your magical 1 point?
Here's the thing. Our studies have shown 9 out of 10 mothers agree that the right takes it.
Yes! Finally, the right have won something here at the Raucous Caucus. And please thank our independent, Alicia Norton. And let's give an extra special thanks to Pat McCaffrie and Amos Gill. And for the right, our winners tonight, Mike Klimczak and Lainie Anderson. If you want to catch up on the show or see some bonus games from each episode, please head to c44.com.au. We'll be back next week. And if you want to be a part of the audience, just visit adelaidecomedy.com. Thanks for watching the Raucous Caucus. My name's been Laurie Bell. See you next time.